Well, welcome back to our podcast, Spill the Tea. So apparently, from based off of our last podcast about dating, Katie and Britt want to get juicy. Said we need to get juicy. So
I did not say that. Britt said that.
Britt said that.
I'm
Okay.
trying to get a juicy like dating or boyfriend story out of her, and apparently she has none.
I mean, I don't even know like what I mean. First of all, I don't really share stuff anyway. Like to be on here to be like, well, I will say this, and I did want to say this, like when we talked about you paying for dinner, you like to do those kind of things. There's nothing absolutely wrong with it if that's what you choose to do. I'm not saying that there was anything wrong if you want to go what they call it, stag
Like
or
Dutch,
yeah, where you pay for your
something.
own stuff. That's fine. I love to do stuff for Len, and I loved to do stuff for him, even in our earlier phases of dating, as long as it was like it's clear that that's what it is that you're in a relationship dating type of thing. But like a guy that's trying to get with you or trying to like win you over or whatever, it's like he should be pulling out all the stops. And I guess if oh look, I hit this
I
all
told
the time.
her. I literally told her before the podcast, please don't let your necklace or your hair or anything get your mic.
What about my hands?
Yeah, right. I guess I didn't specify that.
Sorry if that was a loud thump. But they should be pulling out all the stops to like win you over.
I feel that.
No,
I agree with that because I've been kind of like thinking about that podcast and some of the stuff that you were saying because I think I'm so like excited to be in a relationship that I want to do all those nice things, like to show someone that I care about them. So I'm eager to do that instead of being like, whoa, like I'm jumping right in. And if the other person's not reciprocating that, I need to like hold back. Right?
I mean, yeah, that's, I feel like in today's times, like where's the getting to know you part? Does that make sense? I guess, because I feel like it's like everybody just like jumps in because it's like such a hookup culture, I guess, where like back before it was like you would almost even know somebody, or if you met somebody like off the street, it was like a get to know you part.
Before like just sleeping with them in the first day.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out how like to say this without like,
hey, juicy stories or just keep, hey, it's called Spill the Tea.
I know,
or real estate tea. It's not real estate, but it's
you kind of like you kind of said it.
Yeah, so. Yeah, no, and I agree with that. And I'm not really into the hookup culture like that everybody else is in, but I like to show people that I care about them, and sometimes that is like I feel like I like to buy gifts for people to show them that I care. I feel like I do that with my friends and like people that I'm seeing or whatever. Probably to like I don't want to say a fault, but oh Lord, I can spend some money.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely love, to do things as well, so I think that's great that you love to do that.
Thank you. Just like when you think of someone, like you're like, oh.
Be careful of it in the beginning.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Whoever you are that's dating her, if you're watching this podcast, I'm talking to you. Step up.
Stop it. Can we cut that part out?
No. Shoot. You want to watch, I'm going to give you something to watch. You want to hear, I'm going to give you something to hear.
Your face is probably turning red. Anyways, would you rather a guy, like would you rather them spend money on you or like more words of affirmation? Like, would you rather receive like a cute text, like, or compliment or a gift? I'm just curious.
You mean like in the beginning or just like as a whole?
Just in general.
I mean, I love it, if Len was to send me a text message, which he does, and it's just like something sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a flowers person, which Len knows that too. So like to come home to flowers, I would rather have the text.
Mm-hmm.
The text would hit the heart more because I'm not a flower person. But for those that are,
Britt,
maybe the flowers mean more than a text message.
Yeah, Britt, can you answer that? I'm curious.
But I will say that we got really good feedback about our last couple episodes of our podcast. And it was nice for us to kind of like switch it up a little bit and talk about other things besides real estate. So we really wanted your opinion as well. Like, should we do that every now and again? Like, because we want to educate, and real estate is why we are here. So we want to make sure that we do cover those bases, and we're going to get into some things in a minute. But like, we want to hear from you too. Like, was that a good switch off? Like, would you want us to do some real estate and then switch to a topic, real estate and then switch to a topic? And if you do want that, What topic?
Yeah, because I mean, life topics are always fun to talk about,
Mhm.
but we need your feedback and what do you guys want to hear? Whatever's going on in the world, and it's kind of cool. Maybe we could always do like half, start off how we did with dating and stuff like that, the payback, and then real estate. Or do you want just a whole thing,
Yeah, I mean,
like a
what
mix?
the people
Yeah.
that are listening.
Let's
you
hear
know,
it from the people.
Let's hear from the people.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
Is it?
Yeah. Jeez.
Well, we need topic ideas, and thank you for the feedback that we got for the last couple episodes. And it was brought to our attention. One person, Britt, said she wants us to get juicier, and then another person, D, said that he, I think, looks forward to like all my facial expressions looking at her. So that was really cute.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got it. Sometimes I'm not looking at Jerica, so I need you guys to like point out when she gives me a dirty
Some of my
look.
facial expressions are really like weird.
What? Really?
I don't know. Like RBF is sometimes, and I'm like, why does my face look like that? I'm not trying to be like RBF or.
Well, because I think I noticed one of the podcasts you gave me kind of like a dirty look, but I think you also like it was also you processing what I'm saying. And I don't think that you meant it to be a dirty look.
No, but I mean, like, because I think my face has 1,000 different facial expressions.
Yeah,
I've been told that. So I could even be in a thought and almost look like this, like because I'm thinking, so sometimes it could look like I'm trying to do an RBF, but I'm actually either thinking about something or in a deep thought or whatever, but it looks like an RBF.
But you know what? She just likes to keep us on her toes. So who knows what she's feeling.
I'll tell you though.
Yeah, that's true.
I do tell. So,
and also, if you guys want to keep this podcast juicy, then you guys need to share the juicy stories that you guys have, so we can share it on the podcast.
Right.
It can be anonymous, no worries. But I mean, I'm a goody two shoes, so I don't have a lot of juicy stories.
Goody two shoes, my butt.
I am. I am. See, and that look was not thinking. Anyways, wow, your phone's blowing up.
Anyway, okay, so yeah.
Are we just gonna shift?
Oh, we also said about questions too, that if you want to send in questions, and then we can answer the question on the podcast.
Yeah, real estate or just general questions.
Yeah, general questions.
Yep, definitely.
Whatever.
Yeah, so please
send away.
Let's talk. This is a two-way street, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
Anyways, so we have kind of touched on this a couple times, sprinkled throughout the summer.
We started this in the spring.
Yeah.
People didn't want to listen to us, though.
Right. Yeah, and we're definitely starting to hear everybody else start to talk about it. So we're just going to bring it up again and how this market is changing. And it's a slow change. I think it's a little weird, and we're not going to lie to you and say there are not multiple offers going on, because there are. We still see some of the really, really nice houses if they're showcased right, advertised right,
or even location.
Yes.
Location is making a humongous difference, because there's some really nice houses out there that aren't maybe in the popular areas, and they're sitting, which is a great time for a buyer to get a nice house without having multiple offers and multiple bidding wars going on. So if you are on the fence about buying, I mean, it's definitely depending on where you want to buy. It's a great time.
It is. And I think, we've definitely been trying to educate our sellers when we come out for our assessments, because I think that they've, especially over the last couple of years with how it's been such a dominant, strong sellers market, and hearing how their friends sold in a weekend for $20,000 over asking. We're definitely keeping it real with them that it is okay if your house does not sell the first weekend that we go on the market. It does not mean anything's wrong with your house. You just have to have a little bit more patience, because I think that sellers' expectations are pretty high right now, and they start to panic, if their house is not, if we don't have multiple offers, the first Sunday after the weekend.
Yeah.
So we try to keep it real and keep we're in the market every day, so there are things that we're learning as we go and seeing what the market trends are. So sometimes they do go in a weekend, but it really just depends on the property.
It does. It depends a lot. And I know that being in the trenches, like, we want our clients to understand that we always want to be honest. And so telling you that your house is going to sit on the market, maybe possibly 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 30 days, depending on where your location is and what the house condition is and updates and all that good stuff. But it's not to like frustrate anybody or to disappoint anybody. But I think the frustration comes when their expectations are they were going to sell in 2 days, with 20 offers, $40,000 over asking, and it's not happening in every single market now.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
sellers are still, like she said, getting that, but not in every market.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
And we don't want them to get frustrated or have our sellers get frustrated. And then actually, even telling them and then going through it, you have to kind of still remind them that, because she doesn't, but watch the finance channels, look at her face, and stay up with all the trends and stuff. She doesn't read articles and stuff like that. Just keep it real. So,
oh my God, I'm cutting that part out too.
I don't, keep it real, girl. Knowing that this was coming, it's coming, and we've been talking about it. So,
yeah, and I think it's funny because I've shared some of the not warnings, but talking about the market changing with some of my clients, and they kind of look at me like, yeah, right, as buyers, because house prices are still pretty high. And some of my buyers do want that move-in ready. So move-in ready will still maybe have a little bit more competition on it. And I was going to say
location.
Yes, definitely. And I think it's important that we do keep it real with our sellers, because just because it may take a little bit longer to sell your house, there's no room for panic. It's just adjusting that timeline too, because if you need the proceeds from your house to buy a new house, it's just, kind of working that out so we can still make sure that timeline runs smoothly for you. And we're keeping it real. We don't want them to get panicked. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, another thing that we're seeing in the market is buyers backing out for really minute reasons. So
Yes.
whether it's buyer's remorse, or then the next day they found something online, but the pictures look great, and they're like, oh, I want this house instead, buyer's remorse again, or the towel bar is crooked, so we're going to walk away. Even if the seller offers to straighten the towel bar, they will still walk away. So it's just a little different of a world out here right now in the real estate market. So
I wonder if it's because buyers in the last couple of years have had to, because everything was going so fast on the market, they had to make these really, really quick decisions.
Right.
So I wonder if that plays a part into why so many buyers are backing out for, some small reasons, or reasons that maybe, can be worked out, because I think they get scared. They may not be educated on the process. They may find out financing numbers, and they just, like you said, they have buyer's remorse. I think that buyers are just used to having to make these super, super quick decisions just to get a house. And I think sometimes they settle because they feel like that's what they can get. Do you feel like that could play a part in it?
I'm sure it's a part of it somewhere along the way. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say, because I feel like being a strong listing agent, I've seen where people are taking longer to make decisions, where before they were making faster decisions because they loved the house, and so did 30 other people. So maybe that does play a role.
Yeah.
Because now I'm noticing, I've had conversations with agents, and they're like, well, my clients want a couple days to think about it. But they also take that risk that in that couple days, where somebody else might have been waiting a couple days, and now their couple days are over, they're writing an offer. And now when their couple days is over, it's pending.
Right. Yeah.
So, there's different factors, but.
Yeah, that's very true. We try to educate our buyers too, before they put an offer in. We're not going to go and nitpick on inspection. There's some, we've had to call our buyers out. You're walking away from this, you knew some of this stuff before we put an offer in.
Yeah.
So that can be, everybody's got their limitations on stuff. But I was talking to an agent the other day, representing a condo, and the buyers loved it. They knew it needed some cosmetic work. It was outdated. Inspection went fine, and the buyers walked away because they decided it was too much updating for them. And I'm like, well, they knew that when they first saw the condo, So it's just weird. It's weird.
Yeah. I think that's too, as agents, hopefully agents aren't pressuring their clients or making their clients feel like they have to make a decision. Because I know, obviously, being commission based, but it should always, always, always stay about the client's wants, needs, and desires, making sure that you're not pressuring them into making a fast decision. And then once they sleep on it, they're like, no, our agent persuaded us to do this, and we don't want to do this. So they pull out, they back out because they felt like they were persuaded to go or
Yeah,
feel
that's
pressure.
so
Because I've
true.
had so many clients with me that are like, they love that I don't pressure them, like, hey, talk about it. If you need anything, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. Because I don't want any of my clients. I mean, we're big hearts to homes. Like, so
Yeah.
we match hearts to homes.
Hmm.
So we always know typically when we walk in and they're like, this is the one. Like you can
Hmm.
just see it on people,
Yeah, yeah. And it's so funny. I was actually just talking to a client this morning, and I was like, I know you guys have sent me some houses that you guys want to see, and I love that you're being open minded. But there are some that I did not schedule because I know enough about you guys by now, and I know you're going to hate them. So we're not going to see them. I'm like, you guys want 1,500 square feet, and you're sending me a house that's 1,000? No, we're not doing it. So, but no, I definitely like. We don't want any of our clients to feel like we're settling, and I feel like too we're also not the type of agent that's gonna if you get your pre-approval like cool we're gonna go buy and then we're in the process and you're like nope I think we're gonna wait 6 months. We never pressure our clients and
Mm-mm.
no you have to buy now. Like
Yeah.
and they usually come back because I've heard from so many people these horror stories when like whether it's the first or second time they bought or sold a house and the situations that they've gone through. It's just like really sad to me that so many people have had bad experiences in one of the biggest transactions of their lives. So we're really trying to make that different. We're trying to educate, we're trying to be real. Right? Speaking of keeping it real, I know you've got some stuff to say about these lenders out here.
Well, I just wanted to say too, again, that right now could be a really good time to buy for those houses that are sitting on the market. There are some beautiful homes out there that are still on the market that probably could do some negotiations. So if you need an agent that's not afraid to negotiate, pick up the phone, call your Hearts to Homes team.
Yes. Yes. And if
but
you have a buyer for this Clydesdale listing that she has in Romulus, it's not ready for negotiations yet because it's new. But call your girl because it's gorgeous.
Lenders. So it's really important that you have a lender that is one, a team player, because we work very closely with the lender through the entire transaction. So when you have a lender that is a tool,
only works 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
It's really challenging for us. I have one right now that like he's just not nice at all, and so we don't really speak, and so it's kind of hard to go through a transaction. I have to ask the title company something or the client something because the lender and I just aren't having good communication. So I love that we work very closely with Hall Financial and the lenders that are there, the loan officers. They're amazing. They call us, they text us, they work on the weekends, they're there when we need us. They can close fast. They can do all kinds of things, 1% down program. I mean, just all kinds of things.
And the way they treat our clients too.
Yeah, and the way they treat our clients. That's number one. That's the reason why we do business with them the way that we do, because they always, I mean, they took care of my personal home loan.
Yeah.
So that speaks volume, because I don't trust anybody, first of all. I don't trust anybody, and I don't tell my business to anybody. So like, I trust Josh. He's my dude.
Love you, Josh.
At Hall Financial. But other agents, loan officers that we work with there too, Matt, Chris, whatever, like they're great too. But anyway, so I've dealt with some not so great lenders lately, and just make sure when you are interviewing your agents that you are also interviewing your loan officers, because they're also commission based and they should be returning your phone calls. They should be a team player, because all of us work for you, the client. Title, I mean, they have to work with title as well. So we all have to work together, but interview them, pick out the right one, make sure they work on the weekends.
And another important thing is making sure they're local, because there are some loan officers that I've dealt with in the past that don't even live in Michigan. And I mean, and it's great if you're relocating, or whatever, and you want to, that's fine. But to me, I love when a lender is local here in Michigan, because living here in Michigan, they actually know the market.
Right.
If you're on the other side of the states and we're on a time difference, that makes things really challenging to get the job done. So I definitely think that being local it's very important. And some people don't think that. They're like, oh, I just contacted my bank and they set me up with someone, whatever, but it's a little bit more to that.
Yeah, your lender is a pretty important person, just as we are.
Yeah, they're
you
supposed to
know?
hype you up. Like, I love that our lenders call the listing agent and say, hey, my buyers are solid. We're going to get a smooth closing. Like, I mean, I don't think people really realize how important the lender's job is.
Right. I mean, we're not here just like again, we tell the truth. So having a lender that's going to make sure that they do everything to make sure that you can qualify for the loan. Just had one that got all the way to the closing table. I was representing the seller and dealing with a not so good lender on the buy side. Got all the way to the closing date and their financing fell through because the lender did not check all of their documents, did not check everything, which we were told that everything was checked. So it's not a good situation. And again, real estate is not just opening doors and driving fancy cars. It's hard work. We put a lot of time and energy into our transactions and a lot of time and energy making sure that we are there for our clients. Because trust me, with this one, I've had to talk myself off the ledge and my clients off the ledge.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. So every transaction is not super easy, but even having an agent that's going to have your back and fight with you all the way to the end. I got thick skin and we are in the trenches and we're
Shark and heels.
We're going to get there. So
yes,
make sure you have a good lender also.
Yeah, and we're always here to send recommendations. We know different personalities work with different people, and trusting someone with your finances is very, very important. So
yeah, and we have a few of them that we work. I love Aileen and Gail, and we have a few of them that we work really closely with that we would definitely be able to recommend more than just our dude Josh.
Yeah, but I do love me some Josh though. Josh has talked me off the ledge a couple times.
He probably talks you off the ledge every day.
Josh, don't say anything.
And shout out to Steve with Hall Financial as well. He shows up at our open houses and he's definitely a team player and always looks out for his loan officers as well. And he's a great sales manager. So shout out to Hall Financial, Steve. He even played our Easter Bunny a couple years ago. So
and he's always, every time he walks in the open house, this is nice.
He always loves the house.
Yeah, he loves them. Nice. He goes straight to the basement. You got to go check out the basement. Yeah, and he's great with people too.
So if you have any questions about anything, please, send us messages, email us, text us, whatever, and we'll answer them on the next podcast. We need topic ideas,
feedback, share your stories. If you want to share dating stories, we can still sprinkle them in the next couple,
Yeah, sprinkle me, baby.
But yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
I'm really hot, so it's time to go.
Hot flashes.